My name is Race Lee. I'm a Pastafarian minister, and this is my first sermon. Sermon. Really, this video is intended for people who don't know what FSMism or Pastafarianism is, or for people who want to get into FSMism. So I'm going to answer some of the big questions that come up a lot with Pastafarianism, and the biggest question, or really statement, that people get wrong about FSMism is that it's not a real religion. And it is a real religion. Look here. Here's our gospel. Alright. We have, this is our symbol. There it is right there. Our symbol, Pastafarianism. And I am a licensed minister. There's my license, right there. I'm a licensed minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I would show you my wall hanging certification, but it's in a different state because I'm going to move. I already sent it down. And I don't have a church. This is an RV. But that's beside the point. This is a real religion. We have beliefs. We have rules. No dogma, but we do have rules. And if that isn't enough to prove that this is a legitimate religion, I don't know what is. The second thing that comes up a lot with FSMism is that people say that it's just a parody of Christianity or just religion in general, which it isn't. We're separate. We're not related to any other religions. Yes, Pastafarianism sounds like Rastafarianism, but like potato sounds like potato, but they're different things, all right? But anyway, yeah, we're not trying to make fun of anyone, and I don't mean to sound defensive, but I am defending my religion here. So, if you're offended, sorry, we don't mean to be offensive. Those are really the two biggest things that come up. A lot of people don't understand what exactly we're about. And it says right at the beginning of our gospel. So, why don't we all open up our gospels and turn to page 1. Turn to page 1 at the opening letter of Bobby Henderson. It says right here, what do we stand for? All that is good. What are we against? All that isn't good. And that's really the truth of it. So, to go along with that, I would like to read an excerpt from our gospel. The 8 I'd really rather you didn't. Sorry. Let me find it. Here it is. Alright, so I'm just going to read these straight from the book. And I'm just going to read these straight from the book, and you can see what you think of them. The 8 I'd really rather you didn't. Number 1. I'd really rather you didn't act like a sanctimonious, holier-than-thou ASS when describing my noodly goodness. If some people don't believe in me, that's okay. Really, I'm not that vain. Besides, this isn't about them, so don't change the subject. Number 2. I'd really rather you didn't use my existence as a means to oppress, subjugate, punish, eviscerate, and or, be mean to others. I don't require sacrifices, and purity is for drinking water, not people. Number 3. I'd really rather you didn't judge people for the way they look, or how they dress, or the way they talk, or, well, just play nice, okay? Oh, and get this in your thick heads. Woman equals person. Man equals person. Samey. One is not better than the other, unless we're talking about fashion, and I'm sorry, but I gave that to women, and some guys know the difference between teal and fuchsia. Number 4. I'd really rather you didn't indulge in conduct that offends yourself or your willing, consenting partner of legal age and mental maturity. As for anyone who might object, I think the expression is go F yourself. unless they find that offensive, in which case they can turn off the TV for once and go for a walk, for a change. Number 5. I'd really rather you didn't challenge the bigoted, misogynist, hateful ideas of others on an empty stomach. Eat first, then go after the B words. Sorry, I don't curse. Number 6. I'd really rather you didn't build multi-million-dollar churches / temples / mosques / shrines to my noodly goodness. When the money could be better spent, take your pick. A. Ending poverty. B. Curing diseases. C. Living in peace, loving with passion, and lowering the cost of cable. I might be a complex carbohydrate omniscient being, but I enjoy the simple things in life. I ought to know. I am the creator. Number 7. I'd really rather you didn't go around telling people I talk to you. You're not that interesting. Get over yourself. And I told you to love your fellow man. Can't you take a hint? And finally, number 8. I'd really rather you didn't do unto others as you would have them do unto you if you're into stuff that uses a lot of leather or lubricant or Las Vegas. If the other person is into it, however, pursuant to number 4, then have at it, take pictures, and for the love of Mike, wear a condom. Honestly, it's a piece of rubber. If I didn't want it to feel good when you did it, I would have added spikes or something. Ramen. And that, for me at least, really sums up all of Pastafarianism. And that's why it's my favorite religion, the one that I follow. First of all, there aren't any violent Pastafarians. There's no violence in Pastafarianism at all, unlike some other religions. Not to be the guy to say, like, I have a Christian friend, but my Christian friend even said that he agrees with a lot of the stuff in this. And so I think that does a pretty good job of summarizing Pastafarianism, like, without getting into, like, the nitty-gritties of, like, our heaven and other things like that. I will be making more videos, more sermons, and I expect those to come soon. If you want to know more about Pastafarianism, go to spaghettimonster.org. That's our prophet Bobby Henderson's website, and there's an About page, and he makes articles there, so you can read. Check out the I, Pastafari documentary. It just came out on Amazon. It's a really good documentary. I watched it. I loved it. I agreed with almost everything it had to say. So that's going to be it for this video. Tune in next time. Please.